All right, welcome into a special edition of the Jordy Culotta Show for a sit-down here with an incoming freshman to LSU football with very high expectation out of Baton Rouge Catholic High School, a couple of state championships, including last season during his senior year, and comes in as a five-star offensive lineman signee. Emery Jones out of Baton Rouge and Catholic High, now on campus for LSU going through the drills. Big fella, it is good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. Tell me a little bit about what's going on with life with you, man. I guess a lot of new stuff happening with you, moving out of the parents' house onto a college campus and now starting your run as an LSU football player. What has life been like for you for the last couple of weeks?
Life been good. Life been busy. Beginning the college life, just, getting to class, getting the workouts, getting the, meal checks, just, getting into that rhythm of the college life and college football and what that is. So it's been good.
Take me through your high school experience and your recruiting for where you are. You were a 3-year starter at Catholic High, which is a major high-powered 5A high school in Louisiana. That is tough to do at that school. How did that experience get you prepared for what you're going through now?
I would say Catholic prepared me, to the utmost of what it could have did. Going in as a freshman, didn't know too much about football, didn't know nothing about my body. And I think that, they prepared me for everything I'm going to be going into at LSU. They showed me how to eat, how to, move my body, things like dorsal flexion, stuff like that. And also the mental part of it when it comes to, like, running power and knowing, who's the mic and will and stuff like that. So, I got to thank Catholic.
Last year, you played every game with an X on your back. People knew who you were as one of the best offensive linemen in the country. What was your senior season like playing where you knew everybody was coming after you like they were on Friday nights?
It was fun. I'm not going to lie. I went against some good guys. We played a real tough schedule last year, and going against those guys, really, I feel like that helped me going into college too, because it showed me, things I needed to work on my games. Going against real athletic guys just showed me, like, things I could work on, and, it helped me get better throughout the year, and I feel like I got to that point where I wanted to be going into that state championship game.
You pummeled that defensive end from Jesuit. You killed
sir.
that kid for 3 hours. We were at the game. It looked like he was talking a little trash within the first and second series, and then after that it looked like he was running away from you for the rest of the game. But y'all dominated that night.
Yeah, we had fun. I ain't going to lie. That was a good Jesuit team. Their defense had a pretty good scheme. They stopped us to 14 points, and 7 of those points was only 7 of them were scored by the offense. So,
wow.
Yeah, they had a real good scheme going. But, as far as, like, the O-line, I'm really proud of how we performed, especially on that live drive, taking 9 minutes off the clock and, getting that last, finished the game with the ball. That was big for us. And, that's pretty much how we finished the game with the ball, and we pushed the pile for a first down to win it.
You could have gone to any school in America. Why LSU? When did you know LSU? And how crazy was your recruiting process?
I actually didn't know until probably like a week before I, went public with it. I was still looking at Arkansas, Florida State, Tennessee. I was looking at all of those schools heavy as well. And, Coach Davis, he's been a big part of my recruiting process since, he was at Arkansas. So when he made that change to LSU, it's kind of a no-brainer. I get to be with my family. They get to come 15 minutes to come watch me play. I had one of the best O-line coaches in the nation. So, I had friends, family down here, and boy, Will, we're going to have a good O-line room. So it's just like a no-brainer to me. Like, that was home.
Take me back. Am I right on this, that you were on your official visit the weekend that Brad Davis got the LSU job? If I recall, wasn't it right around the same time?
Yeah, two days before I was set to go, he told me he was coming to LSU. But he told me, still take that official, give those guys, my support, just show them the love that they've been showing me this whole recruiting process, and that's what I did. I went up to LSU, and it was a beautiful campus, and it was a whole bunch of good people out there.
You talking about Arkansas?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and then when he got the job at LSU, was that kind of like the deciding factor? Was that kind of the nail in the coffin of?
Yeah, it was kind of like, Coach Brad Davis. He's the reason I was really like invested in looking at Arkansas, and when he came to LSU, it was kind of. Yeah, it was a nail in the coffin.
What was your experience like with Brian Kelly in recruiting, and what's it been like to be on campus with him in just this short time?
When Brian Kelly first got down here, I was one of the first schools he came and saw, so it already put a whole bunch of respect from me to his name, just to show that he cared. He coming to recruit Baton Rouge and making sure that we're straight first. It's been good with him. Just been talking. Going through just walking through the buildings, you see him, he speaks. You know, he's a humble guy. So it really just showed that like he's gonna be a good coach. He's gonna help change the culture at LSU.
Obviously, if you had it your way, you would have been here in spring, right?
Yes, sir. 6 months ago.
Really?
Yeah.
So but when you still talk to people around LSU, there is an expectation for you to play early on, if not start against Florida State. I think you and Will Campbell have this air to you, like these guys are coming in to be 3 to 4 year starters.
Right.
How do you view your showing up to LSU and your freshman season? How are you approaching it?
I mean, I look at it as expectations, and you know, we never run from expectations. Me and Will have been talking about this since junior year, coming in LSU and starting 3 to 4 years, taking over that old line room. So we're coming in, we're working, and we're striving for that goal. You
played tackle all 4 years at Catholic High. I believe you played the right side your freshman year, and then the left side the remaining 3 years that you were there. You project as an interior guy. How are they telling you they're going to use you? Where are you most comfortable?
Right now it's more getting to know the plays, getting to know the offense, you know, understanding like all the levels to it. You know, it's more than just like D-line, linebackers. Now you got to look at the safeties and how they're stacking. So it's more of getting to know that. And, you know, I'm next to Tremont Shorts, who's a veteran guy, and he's kind of helped me like learn the plays and stuff like that. But, you know, I played interior in a All-American game, and I fell in love with it. I'm not going to lie. Like, the style of play it had, it just interested me.
You can be nasty, right? You can be mean, and then you can show off your athleticism.
Yes, sir.
Right,
yeah.
where you can get out and run.
Yes, sir.
And seeing you against Jesuit in the open field, it's scary. It's a scary sight to see coming downhill at you. The offensive line room as a whole, I know that you and Will are the fresh faces in there that everybody has high expectation for. Bo Bordelon came in the class with you guys. Talk about some of the veterans in that room and some of the guys that you guys are gelling with here early on.
Yeah, you got guys like Cardell Thomas, which is my cousin, so he kind of took me under his wing, kind of been helping me walk through stuff. Then you got guys like Charles Turner, which is the center, and, you know, building a bond with him is real important, being that, you know, I might be playing next to him all season. You got guys like Tremont Shorts, who's been nothing but a help to me. Miles Frazier's. Yeah. Just older guys like that. Anthony Bradford coming in, you know, we learning to play together, but, you know, we building a bond. That's the first person I worked out with at LSU, not counting Will, obviously, but like that was the first older guy I worked out with. So, you know, I just feel like, you know, we got a whole bunch of support. We're supporting each other, you know, no matter who's fighting for what spot, and we're gelling together for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. The leadership on this team, the accountability on this team seems to be. I know that you weren't there last season, but you're a new face in this building, and I think Catholic High ran such an elite high school program that you come in with the expectation of what good football looks like.
Right.
Do you feel that in this program, the accountability and the sportsman? I guess the how tight you guys are here early on.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. At Catholic, I feel like the expectation was to win. So I mean, it was like we practiced like that. We did we ran like that. We lifted like that. So it was the expectation of winning. And I feel the same thing here at LSU. I feel like, you know, everybody in that building wants to win, no matter what it's going to take. You know, whether it's a freshman starting, whether it's a senior starting. I feel like we all care about winning, and, you know, I feel like that's our ultimate goal.
This freshman class, you guys are only 15 of you signed, but a very powerful and strong 15 members.
Right.
When you talk about the guys that are coming in, what's it like being a part of that class, and what's the expectation for this group?
It feels good, you know. Being that most of us are from Louisiana, is real powerful. I feel like we're playing for something deeper than just football. I feel like we're playing for the state of Louisiana, for LSU, you know, for the South. So I feel like we got a chip on our back just because we're all from Louisiana, and I feel like, you know, we're coming for it.
Can you take me back to your childhood? You grew up, you played for the South Baton Rouge Rams here in town. You went to Catholic High. You were a local kid who was getting the opportunity to run out of the chute on a Saturday night and start for LSU as a freshman. What has that hit you yet? What has that been like, this journey to get here?
I had to talk with my mom, and she was kind of just like breaking it down, like how hard I worked to get where I was. And, you know, I kind of like, you know, I give her most of the glory because I seen her work. I seen her work 2 jobs sometimes, you know, just to make sure I was straight. You know, being able to like play football and basketball at the same time, it's a big burden. So, you know, I give her a lot of that glory and thanks, and then I praise God that he just guided me on this path.
And she did that in a single mother household. I know you lost your father as he passed away when you were 6 years old. I know that had to be a hell of a challenge for you growing up.
Yeah, I mean, it was more and more. I looked at it more as motivation. I couldn't let that, you know, hold me back. You know, me and my mom would talk about it, and she made up this saying, Jones proud. And it was to, you know, hold myself to a standard to make her proud, make my family proud, you know, do it for me too, and do it for, you know, him watching me. So we made up that saying, Jones proud, to push me.
Have you seen what September 4th will look like in getting you dressed up in LSU gear and taking the field? Have you thought about that? When you think about it, what are the feelings that you get from that?
I'm ready for those butterflies. I remember him running out for that state championship game and seeing the whole Tulane Stadium filled up with people, and I know the Mercedes-Benz Stadium is going to be way more, you know, full than that. So I'm ready for that butterfly feeling again, to be honest.
Absolutely, man. Emery, you're a class act, man. To meet you off of the field, you have this this lovable, huge teddy bear feel to you, but when you watch you play, it seems like the switch flips on you. How do you kind of measure that mentality?
I mean, I look at it as a job. Like, I got a job to do. I got a family to feed, just like that man's trying to feed his. So I'm not going to let him step in the way of me doing what I got to do. But off the field, you know, we'll be cool. You know, we'll be buddy-buddy. But on the field, it's totally different.
What do you anticipate the competition to be like in the SEC? They say that you have to live it to really experience it. But what do you think about it going in, being that you have a chance to play so early on?
Yeah, I anticipate it being fun. I anticipate it being a complete challenge. You know, I anticipate losing a couple reps sometimes, but being able to turn around and, pick my head back up and go back at the next rep. And that's one of the things Will Campbell told me. He was like, don't come in expecting to win every single rep. Like, they're looking at how you're going to respond to, like, adversity, how you're going to respond to losing a rep.
When's the last time you lost a rep?
I don't know.
I mean, really? I can't
say.
imagine you lost one over the last 2 years in high school football.
Yeah.
Have you gone against Quincy one-on-one yet?
Yeah, we actually did one-on-ones, like just us two. We went for maybe 30 minutes, just going at our crafts, working at our crafts, working against each other. I feel like that did nothing but help both of us, being that, we were two of the best kids out of Louisiana. And out of Baton Rouge, we just, me and him are like brothers, we're close. So us two, yeah, we clashed and worked on our crafts together.
You, Will, Quincy, Walker, all feel like you are like the nucleus of what could be the future of LSU football.
Yeah.
Do you guys carry that responsibility? You talk about that out loud?
For sure. Me and Will was walking from class the other day just talking about, taking over the O-line room in the next year and a half, just like knowing that it's going to be our room. Like, we go in, start this year, we set some goals together, and we were like, freshman All-SEC. That's what we're both going for. Freshman All-American, stuff like that. So me and him just make these goals together, and I feel like we hold each other accountable for those goals. Pushing each other in the weight room, running. We were on our break before I actually moved in. Like, for 2 weeks, we were going at it in the indoor every day, just working on our craft.
You wear number 50?
Yes,
sir.
Did
you get it? You already got it?
Yep, got it.
Who you living with?
I'm living with Wes Woodward from Catholic, number 9.
Yeah, big defensive lineman.
Yes, sir.
So how has the strength and conditioning coordinator been? I know that when you were being recruited, Tommy Moffitt was such a fixture around LSU. Now that Jacob Flynn is in, what's that relationship been like, and how's that relationship kind of grown?
Yeah, Coach Flynn and his staff have been nothing but great. They've been real people when it comes to being around us and being like active, in the weight room and out. They've just been doing, like, they've been guiding us. They've been doing an amazing job, and I've been building a good relationship with him. He actually knew my strength coach, Coach Matt Bruce, the strength coach at Catholic, and he knows him, so he has respect for him, and he knows that I come from a good background. So
you have access to a nutrition center now. How much food are y'all putting down every day on that offensive line room?
We've been eating. We got meal check. We got morning breakfast. We've been eating then. You go and eat lunch maybe like around 1:30, then you go right back at 5 and you go eat again. So it's been eat all day.
Where are you on playing weight? What are you, about 350 right now?
No, I'm 327.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you holding that well. What are you looking to? What's your fighting weight? What are you trying to get to?
That's my weight range right now. We did a DEXA scan. My weight range is staying between 320 and 330. So yeah, I lost maybe like 25 pounds in the off season and got here, feeling great.
A premier athlete on the offensive lineman. If you see him in the open field running, he does not look like your ordinary offensive guard or tackle out in the open field. You put him in a testing room, and he's going to out-test a lot of the skill players alongside him, which gives him an opportunity to start in his first season in the SEC for LSU. He is going to be a joy to watch over the next 3 to 4 years, as he will be the nucleus of that offensive line alongside Will Campbell. And Bo Bordelon's kind of the guy that's not forgotten about in that class, but he comes in and was recruited very highly alongside you. I know that he doesn't have the expectation that you and Will have coming in, but what's it been like working alongside him?
He's one of the hardest workers I know. One of the most flexible guys I know. He's strong. Bo's a killer, and I think people underestimate how good Bo actually is. But I feel like Bo's at the All-American game, and he proved himself as well as me and Will. And I feel like us three are gonna be dangerous. Also Fitzgerald West from LCA. I feel like people forget about those guys, but those guys you can't forget about.
You went up against Jaqueline Roy, right? Younger in high school, when you guys were younger in high school?
Yeah, I got a rep in. Yeah, I was young.
Yeah.
I got a rep in with him.
Yeah, but that defensive line is going to get you guys. I mean, you talk about iron sharpening iron now. What's the challenges of going up against that group every day?
It's going to be fun. I'm not going to lie. You got kids like Mason Smith, Jaqueline Roy, guys that I've looked up to, guys who were highly recruited also, and I just feel like it's going to be fun. Those guys they're masters at what they do. They push themselves as well in like the weight room, and those guys who work hard for what they got in their tank. So it's gonna be fun going against those guys.
Mark Cassio called me 4 years ago and said that he's got Big Baby. He said I got Big Baby on my basketball team, and he said he sent me the clip, and we sent the clip to Shea Dixon that morning. Remember when we sent him the clip of him on the wing when he caught it, swept it toward the lane, left-handed dribble to the elbow, spun back into it, and yacked it on somebody. And I was like, Jesus Christ, who is this guy? He said he's a first-round pick in the NFL. This is Emery Jones, he's an offensive lineman on the football team. How did playing multiple sports get you prepared? Because your footwork is incredible, and you see that on the basketball floor. How did playing basketball help you become the athlete that you are, at least the recruit that you were?
Basketball is my first sport. It was my first love. So I've never thought about how basketball actually earlier in my career, I never thought about how much basketball actually played a part. But just stuff like boxing out, sliding your feet on defense, not letting your feet touch, things like that.
Moving laterally.
I feel like that really helps my game and really taking me to the next level when it comes to me being able to get low and drop my weight and stuff like that. So I feel like it helped me a tremendous amount.
Emery, a joy to talk to you, bro. I appreciate the time,
I appreciate
man.
That.
Absolutely, always. And look, I know that we tried to get you in the morning, but you got things that going on, so I appreciate you working your schedule.
Got to eat.
And getting to us. I know that Catholic High's out there at the 7-on-7 along with everybody in the state, so get out there and enjoy the rest of the afternoon, man. Have a great freshman season. We will do this again soon. Emery Jones, one of the decorated signees of LSU's recruiting class here in the class of 22, has high expectation to be on the field very early for that offensive line in the Tigers. And as we said, as you can tell here, a true class act, somebody that'll probably be representing LSU at SEC Media Days in a couple of years, Emery Jones, as he is kind enough with his time here on this Friday. Have a great weekend. Have a great rest of your day. We'll be back with you on 7 o'clock on Monday morning. Don't forget about Mic'd Up, originating from Uncle Earl's this afternoon, $100 bar tab over there with Mic'd Up, and they'll be from 4:30 to 6 o'clock over at Uncle Earl's, so check them out. Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet. We'll see you on Monday morning.